Hey, what's up everybody? Sasquatch runner. And here we are today doing a ruck. Right now we're about 15 minutes. I wish 15 miles, 15 minutes into this video. We're going to talk about the GORUCK Rucker 5.0. I just got it. I did one ruck with 2 miles on it a couple days ago. And today we're gonna go out probably about 5, maybe 6 miles, somewhere in there. But let's talk about this. So it's the GORUCK Rucker 5.0. I bought it with a 30-pound plate. Also bought it with the hip belt. And platers are cool because they're matched for the inside pocket of the system. And so today I don't have the 30-pound plate. I'm carrying total about 35 pounds. That includes water and my bladder. So I have about 31 pounds of actual weight. So I just used some cast iron round plates. I have a couple of those, 20 pounds, 305. And then the pack itself weighs about 5 pounds, I think. I don't know the exact weight of it, but when I measured it today, we're at 35 pounds. So that's the weight today. So with that being said, how does this thing carry? Again, we're only about 15 minutes in now. Yeah. So let's talk about that quickly. Obviously, it's designed to carry that weight up on your shoulders, high on your back rather, and it does a very good job. I've tried a couple other packs, even a couple of my hunting packs. I'll talk about that in a second. So the weight distribution on how this thing is designed, certainly top notch. They definitely knew what they were going after and their goal when they built this thing to carry that weight on the shoulders and upper back. So feels good. Let's talk about shoulder straps, because the weight is certainly on the shoulders. You can feel it. It's not crushing. I mean, obviously the straps are nice and thick. The pack itself has a nice lumbar support in the back, which is part of all the 5.0 updates. Thicker padding on the shoulder straps, better lumbar support padding, a couple of magnetic closures for pockets on the inside. Still has the Velcro pocket for the weights, keeps them more secure. I imagine if you had a magnetic structure there, you were doing burpees or push-ups or anything downward, that thing might come undone if it's a magnetic closure. So but anyways, you still feel the weight up here. Got the chest strap, not too tight right now. And overall, 35 pounds, I have it relatively balanced. Meaning I don't have, let's talk about the hip belt to tell you the relatively balanced. So I don't have the hip belt super snug down. It's on there. I feel a little bit of load transfer, but not too much. I feel probably 70% on my shoulders, 30% on my hips. And so I haven't really snugged up the hip belt to see if it changes the load. I saw one of the GORUCK videos where they were talking about snug it up and release the shoulder straps so the weight will shift down a little bit on your back, and then that transfers the load more to the hips. I have not played with that. I will do that a little bit later so we can talk about how the hip belts compare to a hunting pack. But so far, everything's really good. Quality of this thing, 1,000 Cordura. I mean, it's super stiff. It's obviously brand new. All the molly webbing super tight. So it took a little bit to to get the T-Rex strap set up, adjust the chest strap. It was way low down here, crushing my armpits the first day. So now it's set up a lot better. But all right, let's keep going, and I'll give you an update a little bit later on the overall what's happening with it. All right, what's up everybody? We're at 4.5 miles and it's pretty warm out right now here in Las Vegas. Probably at least 90 degrees. I started, it was like 87, 88. So it's probably 90 degrees, but the back of the pack with the lumbar support has definitely some ventilation to it. I am a heavy sweater, so I can feel when the air kind of blows through it, so that's nice. But my back is certainly wet. That's not a surprise. It happens on running packs that I use for ultra running as well. So just an update on that. As far as how the pack is carrying the load, I did adjust the shoulder straps, you know, so I dropped them down a little bit so that pack could slide down my back a little bit and engage a little bit more of the hip belt. So I definitely felt it. It takes a little pressure off of my shoulders and the shoulder straps, which is what I liked, but I had to play with it, literally just moving it up, down, until I found the comfortable balance. So I will say now the load is probably 70% on my hips and 30% on my shoulders. So that's kind of a huge difference. And again, we're only at 30, it started at 35 pounds. That included water, so maybe a little bit less right now, but that's a huge thing. I also have the little straps that you can pull to lock this down a little bit more. When I take off running, do a little jog, keeps the pack from bouncing. I could cinch the shoulder straps down to prevent that, but then again, it's just too much pressure. I don't like that much pressure on my shoulders. So for me, that doesn't feel good. So I don't like doing that. I grab a hold of the straps, got these off of Amazon, 6-pack of straps for, I don't know, 12, 15 bucks. And I just figured out where I wanted them on the shoulder strap molly webbing, and away I go. So again, it holds the pack down. It's also good when I'm walking, gets my arms moving just a little bit faster, picks up the pace a little bit. But overall, the pack does not shift, doesn't move around, it stays pretty solid when I'm walking. It's not rubbing, it's not swaying back and forth. So that's good, no hot spots, nothing like that is happening. It's not rubbing on my shoulders, it's not pulling on my chest strap. Again, I moved the chest strap up. Now let's talk about how it compares to a hunting pack. So my initial ascent hunting pack, as far as the load distribution, I mean, hunting pack is designed to carry those loads. So the hip belt transfers 85% of the weight to the hips, and literally probably 10, 15% on your shoulders. Sometimes not even that, depending on how heavy you're carrying your load. If I was carrying this 35 pounds in my initial ascent hunt pack, I wouldn't even hardly notice any pressure on my shoulders. You could probably stick your hand through the shoulder strap. That's how little pressure it is. Again, it's designed to do that. The shoulder or the hip belt is way wider on a hunting pack, and that's to distribute that load through your hips. Now, one of the things that's the downside of the hunting pack is when you take off to run, it kind of blocks your hips, and it blocks the side of the glute medius, glute max. That's my little neighbor dog, and it makes it hard to run. So it puts pressure on your running hips, and it's just not as efficient. I did it with 30, 35 pounds, but my hips fatigued real fast. With the GORUCK pack, this one, the hips not fatiguing when I take off running. You just get tired because you're carrying 35 pounds and you're running, jogging, moving faster. So that's the difference there. Now, obviously when I'm hunting, and you're carrying 50, 60, 70 pounds packing in, and hopefully more if you're killing something packing out. I mean, that's what those packs are designed to do. Different back frame, different, carbon fiber setup for the back and the weight. But I tried it, so it could work if that's all you had. Again, I used it for a couple weeks, and I just didn't like the fact that I just couldn't jog efficiently, and I wanted to increase my times a little bit faster with the little short jogs. So hence I bought this thing. What else? All right, one of the other things I noticed people, when I was researching about packs and rucking sacks, bags, everybody was talking about or questioning like the spine crushing weight. And honestly, I mean, again, my hunting pack, it can carry some heavy weight. I've had 70, 75 pounds carrying in, and guys, everybody, that's heavy. That's freaking 75, 80 pounds is heavy. I don't care what pack you're putting it in, you're gonna feel it. It's gonna be on your body. Now, it's not spine crushing, so I get what they're saying, and I understand what people are concerned and what they're asking. Such as this pack right here, the GORUCK Rucker 5. People want to know, and I just had a friend ask, is it like, how does it feel on your spine? Is it compressing? From a chiropractic standpoint, being a chiropractor for 26 years, no, it's actually not. Again, the design and how they configure this thing to distribute the load is not crushing your spine. Again, I have 35 pounds. That's a good amount of weight. I'm 216 pounds is my body weight. So it's a good amount of weight. I'm kind of jogging with it, so I don't feel it crushing my spine from a medical aspect. I do feel it on my shoulders, and I do feel it on my hips. Now, is that not to say that there is a higher compression load through the spine? Absolutely. Of course there is. Whether you're jogging, running, jumping, box jumping, explosive jumping jacks, I mean, all that kind of stuff puts explosive load, compression rather, through the spine. So, I mean, that's okay. But again, keep in mind, people, that you're not carrying 70, 80 pounds and it crushing you. So also, everybody, you gotta build up to these weights. Like, don't get a GORUCK pack and throw 40, 45 pounds in there and never have really rucked before and think that you're not gonna feel any differences. You are. So you gotta start small, 10, 15 pounds, move up 15, 20 pounds, move up 20, 25 pounds, and then get to where you wanna do. Depends on your goals, depends on what you're looking to do. And that's it, what you're looking to do and what your goals are. Now, if you're training to pack out hunting, certainly this is a good start. If I was using this, I didn't draw any hunt tags this year, but if I did, I'd probably start with this as I got closer, a couple months out, and I also needed to carry more than 50 pounds. I would transfer to my hunting pack and carry the load there, walking. Again, by that point, the goal is to carry the load, not speed, right, in the mountains. So, different goals. But right now, my goal, I have a virtual ruck challenge, 18.4 miles. You have to carry 45 pounds, and you have 6 hours to complete it. So, I wanted to be able to run, jog just a little bit to increase that time. So I'm not out there 6 hours. I know I can complete it walking in 6 hours, but I want to do a little faster. So that's why I got this, so I can move more efficiently. With that being said, the pack is doing really good. I'm impressed with it. It was a little bit expensive, but it's one of those cry once, pay once, cry once kind of things. It's the same in hunting world. You know, anything that you like doing, it's a fun sport, there's an expense to it. Nothing is cheap. You buy cheap stuff, that's what happens. and then you're buying more expensive stuff, so you're paying for it more in the long run than just investing in it. But make sure, again, you have your goals. There's lots of good packs out there. GORUCK is not the only company. I looked at 2 or 3 others, but I just decided to go with them. I had a couple clients that had GORUCK packs. They told me their experiences with them, their customer service with them, and all that stuff is worth paying the money, in my opinion. So, all right, we're finishing up, a little over 5 miles, and that's it for today. I'll be back this weekend carrying probably 40 pounds and a little bit longer in distance. So stay tuned for that. I also am going to talk about, I bought the GORUCK Mackall shoes, and I'll do some talk about those.